Our in-depth coverage of the passing of former Mayor Buddy Cianci continues now. The mayor often given the lion's share of the credit when it comes to the Providence Renaissance. One of the events Mayor Cianci said to have paved the way for is WaterFire. Joining us live in studio, Barnaby Evans, the creator of WaterFire. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Patrick, good to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you too. I'm good. Talk about when you heard this news and some of your thoughts about the former mayor.
Yeah, actually, we were in a meeting with a bunch of people involved with the city, talking about Waterplace Park and the river, and it's being 25 years, and looking at the work that needs to be done in any sort of public space after 25 years. And we're all gathering, talking about need to fix this and fix that when the word came in on sort of everyone's cell phones, the way it does these days.
Right.
And it was an interesting moment because we were just talking about what one does to maintain the legacy of moving the rivers, dredging the rivers and fixing the
Sure.
park. And of course, we're all invested in that because of its impact in the city. And one of the things that Mayor Cianci did was he was such a passionate enthusiast for the city and public space and getting people to engage in thinking about the future. He was a great salesman. And I'll never forget the first time he saw WaterFire. We did it for first night, and that was New Year's Eve,
Okay,
1994, shortly after the river had opened. And I did it because we'd moved the rivers, but I wanted to get people excited about what a big impact that was going to have on the city, because there was a park that people weren't coming down to, and he was writing his State of the Union or State of the City speech at City Hall, and he came over to take a look at WaterFire, and he instantly realized this had the capacity to excite people about the state and the city, and once again realized that there was a chance to turn the city around.
Real quick, what were meetings like with Buddy? Like, take us sort of behind the scenes and maybe an exchange that you had with him, and you thought, okay, this is Buddy.
Well, so our first meeting about that was I had done WaterFire as a one-time event, and people in the community thought we ought to be doing it on an ongoing basis. So we talked to him about that, and he was very enthusiastic. He felt, anything to change the sense of the future was important. He was tough to negotiate with. He sort of had an idea, and but he got it right away. He was very quick, and everyone talks about his verbal acuity and his sense of responsiveness and his ability to turn something into a joke instantly. It's a fascinating set of dynamic circumstances. We talk about sort of the Renaissance, and he certainly was that hands-on, everything. 3 phones on his desk, calling this person, calling that person.
Finally, I know it's early. It's only been less than 24 hours since he passed away. Any thoughts initially on honoring the former mayor at a WaterFire this year?
We're just planning the season for next year, and a lot of people don't realize we're an independent nonprofit, so we need sponsors and donations and things like that. We sometimes get questions like, "What's it like to work for the mayor?" And we say, "Well, actually, we don't work for the city. We're not. It's not done with tax dollars. We're a nonprofit, and we are planning the season, and I'm sure things will develop. We've got a lot of other interesting things coming. Our first WaterFire is for March Madness, so that's always an interesting thing to welcome all that group to downtown and the energy.
Well, thanks so much for coming in this morning,
Patrick,
Bonnie. Really,
good to see you this morning.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right.